Hi Chris,
Hi.
thanks for talking to me. This is the first sheepdog trial I've ever been to.
Oh, good heavens, I've been
Right.
going for, oh, heck,
So-
must be 50-something years. I
So
would think.
50 something years. Can you remember
Aye.
exactly what year it was?
No, I can't remember, but this only started in, 951 did it or so?
Right.
Yes, well, I think I'll be at that one. As I was just a lad.
Uh-huh.
Well, maybe I had short pants on, I can't just remember. But I know I got bored,
Right.
so after a while I said to my dad and mum, I'm going to run home. So I ran back to Rossler Rig,
Uh-huh.
which isn't so far away.
Right. So, and when did you start competing?
50, maybe in the mid-50s, 1950s, I think.
Right. Well, I was born in the mid-50s, so
You were, you're just a youngster then.
you've had a good stretch.
Ah,
So, what position have you got now? I see you've got the President's badge on.
yes, well, it's the first time I've been asked, and so, last year, so I thought, well, I might as well. It doesn't involve a lot of work,
Uh-huh.
so I just wander about and look important.
That sounds like a good
Aye.
job. Yeah. So, how long have you been working dogs right throughout that time?
Yes, not then I didn't work dogs at all, but we moved from a lowland farm, Rossler Rig,
Yeah.
to a fell farm at Lawswater,
Uh-huh.
and to get the sheep off the fells, you've got to be able to work a dog.
Yeah.
And so that's how that started. And then nearest neighbour, he was going to Cockmore sheepdog trials, and so he asked me if I'd like to go with him. And I thought, well, damn it. I watched them and I thought, well, that looks easy. I think I could do
Right.
that. Aye.
And
You don't need a degree, you see, or anything, you just practice.
Right. Did it come naturally then to you?
Well, I was never bad at it, we'll put it like that. I mean, I went to two dogs which weren't any particular dogs, as you might say, but I still got, I went to 7 trials, I think, got about 9 prizes the first year I tried.
Right.
And then the following year I got excited about it, so I went to 23 and got 23 prizes. But
Right.
I've gone downhill at
Ever
times.
since.
Yeah, a lot of downs.
Yeah.
A lot of downs. Depends on the quality of dog.
Uh-huh.
If you've got a damn good dog, it looks easier. And some good sheep.
Yeah. Good sheep and a good dog makes
Ah.
you look good.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so you started, you'd got some early successes under your belt,
Yes.
and then
Well, followed with a few not successful sometimes. Well, a chap told me my dogs were overtrained.
all right.
So I thought I better just train them a little bit less. But it didn't help at all.
Right.
And because I got really enthusiastic. So when my dad always had a nap after lunch, so I used to nip out with the dog and have a bit of training before
Lovely.
he came back to life again.
Right.
Aye.
And and have you had any really major successes in your?
Well, I've been in the English team 14 times, for one thing, doubles or singles.
Uh-huh.
And I'm in this year as it happens,
Right.
which, I mean, now that I'm getting a bit old and deaf and can't see so well, I mean, it's a nice added bonus to life, you know, it makes me feel better.
Uh-huh.
And it's even improved the wife. She started doing crosswords again, which she sort of stopped, but it's given her a boost as well.
Because you're active.
Yes, but on the other hand, she used to tell me I was rubbish, you know,
Right.
you know.
So did you not get any support from your family?
Oh yes, I think there were really, yes, my wife did really, you know, but I mean, she was a bit critical of my attempts.
Right.
Oh.
Well, I play the piano and I've had no support at all
No,
from anybody in the house.
what a wonderful hobby.
Yeah.
It's a machine, it's a full orchestra in itself nearly, isn't it?
That's right. And even the dog cries when I play the piano.
Yes, I do howl
That's it.
sometimes. I wish it shut up.
So I've had to do all my piano playing without any support.
No, that's right, yes, but it's a wonderful hobby. I practiced for years, but I never got away with it somehow.
Uh-huh.
Yet I had a cousin, he's really good at it, starting at the same time, so,
Right.
you know.
So
that's
how many, when you talk about a dog being overtrained, how many hours would you spend a week training a dog?
Well, I don't think there's a set time. You know, some dogs are that natural, you don't need to spend a terrible lot of time with them
Mhm.
because they're naturally good. But there's some where you could spend all the time there is and you wouldn't make a lot of progress.
Yeah.
Aye.
Right. And we're in Caldbeck today. Now, do people compete in this sort of trial from across the country, or is it very much a Cumberland?
No, there'll be Scottish handlers as well as English. I think that's what there would be.
Mhm.
But not many Scotch, but there is odd ones.
Uh-huh.
Right.
So when you're competing for England, is it against Scotland and Wales that you...
Scotland, Wales and Ireland, 4 countries.
Right.
England, Scotland, Wales and Ireland.
Right.
This year it was in Surrey.
Uh-huh.
And so I had to have a lift down because I couldn't drive there, possibly.
Right.
And now in Ross-shire, the international between the 4 countries, well, I can't drive there either.
Right.
But I've had a young lady offered to take me there, so I'll get there.
That
But
sounds promising.
I couldn't possibly.
Yeah.
I'll bump into somebody, I'm sure.
Yeah. So what's the life then if you were competitive with sheepdogs?
Yes.
Is it over the summer? Is it through the winter?
Well, it used to be just the summer, but now it's all the year round. At winter time, there's the nurseries. That's for dogs just setting off on the job for the winter.
Mm-hmm.
They're nurseries, and then after the competing nurseries, then they go into novices and opens after that.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're really good, well, once they get an open prize, like first, second, or third, they can't run in novices after that.
Mm-hmm.
They're fully, competitive is that right word? I'm not sure.
Okay, and for the novice like me, I was looking at the course today, and I couldn't make a great deal of sort of head and the tail of it really.
No.
So is this a standard course that you would...
Standard, this is they're all set out pretty similar to this.
Yeah.
Some is a lot bigger and some's smaller fields, but we prefer big fields, more of a test on dog and man.
All right.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
But they're all pretty similar, either right hand outrun or left outrun, right at the back of the sheep, straight down the field, and then you either have a right hand drive away or a left hand drive away.
Yeah.
Here today it's a left hand drive away, and but sometimes it's right hand,
Right.
And the national is about 400 yards outruns, and international is 400 to qualify for the final day, and then of course it's 800 yards,
Right.
which your dog has to go out for one lot, 800 yards, then come through the first obstacle, and then it's got to go back on the other side to collect another packet.
Right.
So that's how, it's a lot more difficult.
Right.
And that's where we'll probably come unstuck.
And the dogs that compete, are they working sheepdogs? So
Oh yes, I've gathered our fells. We have 4 fells together, and I've gathered with these dogs that I run trials.
uh-huh.
But I think there are other dogs that would do our fells probably a bit better, like the Hunter Way, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
They get a bit more clout,
Yeah.
so that's...
Right. So working conditions doesn't damage the skills of the...
Well, it makes them maybe a bit more erratic, because when you get 100, 200 sheep, the dogs have got to do a bit more, they've got to dash about a bit more and stir things on. Otherwise, if they just walked and stalked and that, they'll never get anywhere.
Right.
So they've got to do a bit of both.
Right, and a bit more thinking on the fells maybe?
Yeah, they get to, if they go to the fells plenty, it's surprising what they learn to do,
Right.
They'll suddenly go around some and then look out there, oh, there's some there. And you don't have to tell them maybe, they'll pop away and get that lot and all.
Right.
So
it's
a lot, in fact, I enjoy that better than actually trials, really.
Uh-huh.
I feel more satisfied, so.
The real thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like competition where you're trying to be better than the other chap.
Right.
Which we're not always, you see, it's up and down. Sometimes we can be quite good, other times not so good, even finish up in the odd river and things like that.
Okay.
Or through a hedge.
Uh-huh. And I've seen some of the sheep this morning in the car park. Now, are these difficult sheep, would you say, today?
Lively.
Lively.
Aye. So they need quiet handling. You see, you have to handle them differently to what you would if you were working, gathering on the farm, you see.
Yeah.
Because you've got to handle them that quietly, otherwise you'll be all over the field.
Right. Yeah.
Aye.
So there was a few running sort of stray, but...
Aye.
Right. Before we finish, just tell me a little bit about the role that you've got as president.
Well, I just wandered about trying to look important.
Right.
That's about it.
Right.
And it's not a job I've done before. And well, I just we say silly things to each other.
Right.
I keep saying, now you'll have to doff your hat when you speak to me.
And does anybody?
Well, just in fun, in mockery, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. So are you competing today or not?
Yes, I brought one old bitch here.
Uh-huh.
I haven't brought the dog I'm in the team with because she's got to run a lot further.
Uh-huh.
I wanted to run on a bigger. I think if you run a small one, she might decide to run small when she should be running big when she
Right,
gets there.
yeah.
So.
Horses for courses.
Aye, that's
Yeah.
right. Aye.
Right. Well, lovely to talk to you,
Yeah,
and
that's it.
thanks very
I'm
much. and-
surprised. I'm surprised I could come and talk to you. Really.
Well, that's my
I've been tongue-tied many times.
that's my job to keep people
Yes.
going.
But you look a friendly chap.
Right.
You don't frighten me.
That's good.
Aye.
Thanks very much.
Right. Okay. You're welcome.
I'm wearing out as well.
Oh, you will. There's no question about that. Aye. A young lady referred to me as that little old grey-haired man with glasses.
I heard you saying that before.
Aye. Oh hell. That's it. Aye. I don't know how I'm going to keep her looking sort of decent. You can maybe give a little whistle as she might. It's not one of your talents, maybe though, is it whistling?
I'm not a big whistler. I can.
Hey, when I started, I couldn't whistle at all.
My
My brother could whistle like a bird and didn't want to work a dog. You've got it, have you?
Yeah. Lovely.
Because I take a bloody hour and 40 hours.